Yo, what a doski, it's your boy Will here, man. You're watching Testimony Revealed. This is my story, my testimony, part 2. Alright, family, so I'm giving y'all my story. Like I said, I'm giving it to y'all from the beginning. You know, if y'all watch it from the beginning, if y'all watched it from the last video, like I said, I'm giving my story, and it's steady evolving, you know. So, with that being said, you know, I'm going to continuously have something to give y'all, you feel me, as far as my story and my testimony. But just to give y'all from the beginning, like I say, I'm not here to glorify, you know, anything, any type of jail stories and nothing like that. Like I said, I'm just giving y'all my personal experience of what I went through and what I've gone through and what God got me through. But like I said, I'm a changed man. I know, like I said, if y'all pretty much familiar with getting in trouble, you know, you done got in trouble and prayed to God before, like, Lord, if you get me up out of this situation, I'm going to do this. So at the end of the day, I made a vow to God, y'all, to tell my story, you feel me? Change my life, get on YouTube, tell my story, man, and make a difference. So here I am now, here I am today giving y'all my story. And we overcome by the power of our testimony. So what that means is we got to share our testimony, you feel me? So in order to help somebody else, because like I said, I know what somebody else's testimony, when they told me their testimony, what it did to me in my situation and when I was going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm actually going through the motions and hearing somebody's testimony, that definitely gave me some strength to get through and push forward, you know what I'm saying, to see what the rest of the outcome going to be. That's what I'm here to hopefully do for the next individual going through something, man, you know, because we all go through something. We all have been there. We all hit rock bottom, something in that nature, you know what I'm saying. If you haven't, then God bless you, you know what I'm saying, but if you do, just be prepared, you know. So to pick up where I left off, you know, before I caught my last third pistol case, you know, which landed me to 2 years in prison, I just started hitting rock bottom ever since I quit that job with no plan. That's where I left off at, you know what I'm saying. I quit the job with no plan. All I knew was that I was easily making $100 a day. I was just easily making that little $100 a day, doing little $5 haircuts and selling little nickel bags, you feel me? Because I was the nickel bag king at the time, you feel me? And I was cutting hair for like $5. So people couldn't beat it. I was slapping on the haircuts and on the weed, you feel me, at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, on the easy day, on a good day, I was making $100 a day. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I didn't have no discipline. You feel me? I was just doing that and just doing it to support my habit and just going day to day. I was always, man, for real talk, I was always relying on a steady paycheck from a job. You know, I was just in my feelings, in my emotions, like I say, following people, seeing my other mans and them busting moves, talking about they don't need a job, so I figured I could do it too, trying to follow the crowd. Didn't have no type of plan, no type of structure, no type of nothing, which was stupid. At the end of the day, a lot of us make stupid decisions. And back then, like I said, at that time, we used to go to the casino for fun. There's one particular time, around this time, I go hit for like an extra $400 or $500. I had like double of my rent, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. I had about double, half of my rent, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. So I come home, I tell the wife, shit, let's get dressed, you know what I'm saying? Let's go down to the breakfast buffet back at the same casino I just hit from. Why I do that, dog, I don't know. So look, y'all, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm about to go back down there, slide to that same slot, and hit again like the same way I did. Because I'm thinking in my mind, I had a strategy and it worked. Not knowing them machines is rigged 80-20 split off top. Like, you lucky if you go in there and smack them for anything, you know what I'm saying? So just know if you do, the next few people ain't gonna hit at all. You feel me? It's not gonna hit probably again for that day. You know, the machines is rigged, y'all. So do not go in there thinking I can go in there and gamble. I know how to do this on the table. No. The machines is rigged, flat out. So don't go gambling your money away at them casinos. I'm telling you now. At the end of the day, it was no possible way in hell I was going to go back and hit again. You feel me? And around the time we had just had our son, you feel me? So we go back down there. We get to eating, eat good, whatever. We sitting at the table, man, and I go sneak off back to the casino. You know what I'm saying? While she eating. Like a dummy. I went down there and lost all of that money. Lost the money I had in my pocket and the extras that I had won. I'm talking about every dollar. Like, literally. You already know when you get to a point where you gambling, you be like, I need to stop. You telling yourself to stop. You're like, no, I can keep going and get this money back. You keep going and they steady taking and taking and taking. And you like, no, trying to get it back. Yeah, please believe. Just stop while you were here, man. Can y'all imagine that ride home? Like, Seriously, man, I'm being dead serious, man. Can y'all imagine that ride home? That ride home was something hell of a. I lost all that money. I got no job. I got nowhere near the amount of weed that I would need in order to bounce back and make the amount of rent money and still have some left over to still produce some money. So it was like no type of way to even bounce back. Like, period. It was like I was through. Like I was dumb. I was dumbfounded. I was looking crazy. So that whole feeling good when I got there, it went straight out the window, bro. I'm talking about. So the wife and my son, they still, at the food court eating or whatever at the table. Man, I get back, I don't want to talk, eat, nothing. It's time to go. She probably seen it on my face like this dumb nigga. You feel me? Like, I'm just being real, being transparent. I'm just like, let's go. You're fast forward, man. When it's time to pay rent, man, I had no explanation, nothing. I was just looking stupid. Like all I could just hear, try to get her to hear me out. And the wife, she wasn't having it. Like I say, man. Plus, I done already took her down the road with a whole bunch of, like, infidelity and all type of stuff. So she just was not trying to hear that at the moment, man. It's like, nope. Where my half of my rent at? If that's all she was kept saying, like, where my half at? Give me my half back, then. You feel me? But like I said, I had no explanation of where that was at either. So she was fed up, man, and just wanted to split up. That was a lot. She used to throw that at me a lot at that time, especially when I used to mess up. She went to her mom's house and I went to mine. And everything just, like I said, that kind of affected me even more. So I went back to my mama's house, and it was just like, she left and went on her ways too. That kind of crushed me, man. That's what just life just started crumbling, man. Like it just started, everything just started hitting me. Rock bottom just started hitting me, left and right. I just feel like I lost everything. I lost my house, my family. I done quit my job. Like, a job is replaceable, but like I said, I was so young-minded, man. I was just on BS, at the time. I had no job. Back at my mama's house, I just started drinking, man, and just popping ecstasy and just doing the most, man. For real. Just really just running to the streets, man. The drugs in the streets and just trying to find some, I don't know, man. I feel like I was lonely, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like the drugs started calling me for real. I can't even lie to y'all. And then the worst thing, man, I started dabbling off into Molly and what I thought was Molly. You feel me? Like, at the end of the day, man, it wound up being crystal meth, man. Don't be fooled out here, y'all. Don't let nobody tell y'all what these drugs is, man. These drugs is cut with all type of different stuff, man. They gonna try to tell you, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. And it's really the worst. And I had to find out through a job interview. I tried to get a job at Amazon, and a lady called me and ran down the whole everything that was in my system. And she like, yeah, if you ain't had this specific prescription drug, then yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Cause certain prescription drugs got, like, I guess, amphetamines in it. You could be excused, but yeah, I had no excuse. It was pure crystal meth in my system. That just blew my mind. You feel me? That really just blew my mind when I seen I had crystal meth in my system. Like I said, I started looking bad. Started shriveling up. Cheeks started sinking in. I was looking real sick. If y'all into them pills, man, leave them alone, man. Them pills is not what they think. It's not what you think they is, man. They cutting them with all type of stuff. And later on down the line in my story, I'm gonna tell you about another instant where it almost took me out. So I'm first hand to tell you, leave them pills alone, man. These pills is not what you think they are. Take my word for it. You hear me? Leave them pills alone. I started allowing the drinking and the pills to take over so much to where, like I say, man, I was looking sick, man. I was looking like a skeleton. You know what I'm saying? People was asking, like, what's wrong with him? Like, is he sick? Is he all right? And I was drinking, smoking, and just popping so much, man, I would be up for days. Like, literally up for 3. I think the most I'd have did, like, I'd have pulled, like, for sure, like, 3 days, almost 4 days, to where I started hallucinating. And, like, man, my health was being affected, man. My lips and fingertips were so dry and cracked up, man. I wasn't drinking water. I'd just wake up, man, if I even went to sleep, drinking beer and chasing it with liquor all day and night, smoking. Like, literally, that was my everyday thing. Every day, all day, smoking, drinking, popping. Like, just out here like a zombie, like, for real. My cheeks was sunk in, man. Like I said, man, I was looking like a pure skeleton, just bad. I was looking bad, like a real live fiend. You feel me? That's so bad to one point. Like I realized, thought I couldn't function without it, man. And I started to surround myself around individuals I knew I was not supposed to be around at the end of the day. I was around people I would normally know I wouldn't be around if I was just in a sober mind frame. I was around like dope fiends, crack kids, prostitutes, and I was just like in the mix of it, like all around it. Like that was just nothing I was around. Like they became friends after a while, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a wild situation, like seriously. Not to downplay nobody that's on drugs or nothing like that. It was just I was not in the right environment. Like I said, man. Like I said, I was in dope houses. I was in in places where I shouldn't have been for real. Like I could have had myself in danger for real. Just, a lot of people just wasn't in my best interest. So that behavior started enhancing the drug use and the drinking. You know what I'm saying? Because they doing it too. They drinking and partying and it's just like no future, no substance, no nothing. Like that's enhancing it. You are what you around. At the end of the day, with that enhancing the behavior, I don't see nothing wrong with it at the time. You know what I'm saying? In the moment, you don't see nothing wrong with it, but on the outside, looking bad, just looking totally bad. The crazy thing, like I could laugh about it now, but I remember at one time I tried to open up to my wife about the drug habit, and I remember one time she literally called me, a crackhead out of her mouth. It blew my mind. Y'all know how y'all do when y'all get mad. Y'all throw out insults, you know what I'm saying? She just say to this day she don't remember it, but I don't forget nothing. But she definitely called me a full-blown crackhead at one point. But like I say, it was just, I thought I was being transparent and being open about what I was going through, and yeah, it was read the wrong way completely. I don't hold it against her because y'all know how y'all do when y'all mad. Females, man, they throw out the worst of the worst insults. I ain't hold it against her at all. It's the the guy that me, you know what I'm saying, the lead by example, man. You know what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to encourage other people, man. At the end of the day, especially when you come to a marriage, but you do got to hold people accountable, and they do got to be accountable and be, value accountability at the same time. Don't just take no abuse and just say, I'm going to turn the other cheek. I'm not condoning that either. So not only did she call me a crackhead, it got to the point where she was actually treating me like one too. Like I say, it was around tax time, you know what I'm saying? We just had the baby. She claimed our son. You already know what they do. They get them taxes and ball out, you feel me? So she went and got her own apartment while I'm still at my mama's house. It wasn't no, let's work it out, let's slowly but surely. It was over with. She like, I'm good on you, I'm straight. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I had to like figure it out from there, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, it was just, man, it got to the point where, man, like, she had called me over there, you feel me, to come spend the night. Y'all already know. And talking about the next morning, it's time for her to get up and go to work. She put me out. Like, I couldn't wait for no ride. I couldn't sit there and wait till she got off work, nothing. Like, I had to get out of her house. She like, no, I had to go get on the bus and catch the bus from Detroit all the way to Inkster. And a lot of y'all don't know how far that is, if y'all ain't from Michigan. But yeah, that's a nice little way to be catching the bus. As if you ain't called me over here. Like, I could have stayed out there. I could have stayed in Inkster if you was gonna, be like that. But it is what it is. Like I say, I ain't here to, I'm just here to tell y'all my story, But the feeling I had after that, I can never forget. Her putting me out like that, you know what I'm saying? She tried to play like she didn't remember that either. But like I say, I don't forget nothing. And if the shoe was on the other foot, the female would not let you lay that out at all. You're back on track, man. While I was staying with my mom, I definitely, got a couple of jobs. I ran through a couple of jobs. I started working at Hertz rental car. Nice little job I had. Saved up a couple of dollars and wound up buying me a little Trailblazer. I had a homeboy that worked out a deal with me. It worked out for me. But I wound up getting that truck, working that job, that Hertz. Thought I was doing good for myself, you know what I'm saying? But I was still, like I said, I was still heavy on the drugs. I was still heavy on the Molly, the crystal. Like I was still, I wasn't smoking it or nothing. Like I wasn't on that. I used to just dab it on my tongue and suck on it or whatever, and it had the most horriblest taste in the world. and it left your breath smelling. I cannot, man, I'm talking about the worst smell you could ever have for your breath. You know what I'm saying? It left that in your mouth, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? And it tastes like pure rock salt, like rock salt that you throw on ice in the wintertime. That's exactly what it tasted like. You know what I'm saying? But it instantly it gave you a feeling where you just felt like Superman. I ain't gonna lie to you. Felt super tough and I couldn't be touched, none of that. Like I was the most confident man. I could do anything in the world once I got off of that stuff, I swear. One particular day, I had been up for a couple days. I dropped one of my homegirls off at work one morning, promising to come pick her up from work. Wound up dropping her off, and this what happened. I guess the day before I had dropped her off, I went to work smelling like weed, and one of the supervisors in there, he didn't like me, you know what I'm saying, because I had switched jobs on him or whatever, went to the other side. So he said I smell like weed, and he sent me back to the temp service to go take a drug test. My goofy butt went straight up to the temp service instead of going home, finding me some fake pee and doing all that other stuff. I go straight up there. Luckily for me, they was closed. There wasn't nobody up there. So I had to come back the next day, which was the day I dropped my homegirl off at work. So I dropped her off at work. I go back home, and this is what I'm telling y'all, like, them drugs was on me, man. And when they say you had a monkey on your back, I understand that. You feel me? Like, I had a real live monkey on my back because I had, for some reason, bought this little pea shooter, man. Like it was a dumb gun. Like I said, I'm over here at my mama house for one, man. Don't got no pot to piss in or window to throw it out of. But at the same time, I still found a way to find me $100 or however much I spent for this little gun. Little Dillinger, y'all, about this big. I'm talking about a 2-shooter, one of them things that shoot 2 bullets. That's it. And it's over with. You gotta reload it up again. I bought one of them and got caught with it. And that's what sent me to prison, y'all, ultimately. You know what I'm saying? So, but to get back to what I was saying, man, I realized, man, like the devil was talking to me in one ear and God was talking to me in the other ear. Like the devil telling me, like, yeah, go ahead, bring the gun. Take the gun with you. God over here, like, telling me from the get, like, you might want to take that gun up out the car. You don't need it. You want to work. But the devil over here realized, like, no, you don't want to leave it. You know your mama be all through your room. She might find it, which is better if your mama find it than the police, right? So I'm over here letting the devil convince me, like, yeah, you never know who might be on tip. You never know who might get out of line. And you might have to let it go. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, for what? Like, what are we doing here? Like, for what? Like, why? Like I say, you doing all that, like I can get into a full-blown shootout with somebody. I'm sitting over here playing tough, like, man, you tough because you got this weapon. That don't make you tough, man. You got 2 bullets, literally. People out here got whole clips that will let it ride on you. You trying to go crazy with a 2-bullet gun. You feel me? So, but that's what the devil will do, man. The devil will convince you to do stupid stuff. You feel me? Like, literally. So, when they say listen to your first mind, listen to your first mind. 'Cause the first mind was telling me to put that gun up. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, I had it in another safe. It was in a lock bag that I got from the dispensary this time, but it's still a lock safe, a lock bag that the police have no right to be going in without a warrant. Period, point blank. You know, I wound up getting smart, getting some fake pee, and going back up there. You know what I'm saying? To go take the drug test. But I got this gun in this lockbox in this brand new car that I just got from my homeboy. Remind you, I don't got no insurance. The plate's still in old boy name, you know what I'm saying? And it, like, I think it just had expired like a month, like that last month, but I wasn't paying attention. You know, I'm not realizing it's March and the tag say February. You feel me? Big mistake, and I'm riding with this gun. Come on now, make it make sense. I'm just doing stupid stuff. When I get pulled over, you don't realize that the dang plate is expired. So I already see as I'm turning the corner, I see him right there about to come behind me. I'm like, yeah, he about to flick me. I'm about to act like I'm going to this other plant. He pulled right behind me, pulls me over. I'm not knowing my plate expired. Yanked me about the car, find it, put me in the back of the car, and that's when it was just like, oh man. As I'm sitting in the back of the car, all the times I done got caught is flashing before my eyes, like, you feel me? And I'm just sitting there thinking like, man, I am through. It's all I could think of is I'm through, and I'm nervous, I'm hot. Remind you, I'm high. I'm high off this Molly, this stuff, so I'm sweating now at this point. The sun has started kicking in. It's not even noon yet. You feel me? Like, man, like, oh my God, all I'm just thinking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm through. At the end of the day, you already know, I'm getting nervous. So, just like how any other young dude thinking they finessing the system do, I make up a whole lie in which bury me in a deeper hole that I'm already in. I lie to these folks and tell them some stupid stuff, which I was ignorant to the law, but ignorance to the law is no excuse, you feel me? So I tell them some whole stupid stuff about how I found it and all this other stuff, in which anytime you admit to them that you know as a felon that you know about the gun, it's an automatic loss. You lost. All you got to do is even admit that you know about the gun as a felon. You feel me? And they tell you that. She kept repeating it to me. Like, all you have to do is admit that you know anything about this gun as a felon. And I'm telling them, I found it in the trash and I'm trying to keep it from the kids. Just telling them stupid stuff. And they like, oh, okay, yeah. You said you did what? You want to write that down for me? I wrote it. Wrote my own statement on myself. Told on myself, y'all. So, like I say, man, if you don't want to do the time or take the time out to get in that law library and learn the law, do not do the crime, y'all. I'm telling you, do not do the crime. Don't think you finessing the system. Go in there, you have a right to remain silent. They tell you this for a reason. Anything you say will be used against you in the court of law. Please believe it. And they are not lying. You feel me? And I did that multiple times and told on myself until where I didn't bumped my head too many times and learned and defeated them on the last time, in which I'm gonna get into that. You feel? When they take me to jail, that's actually when they take me to the jail. I went to Livonia. That's when I actually told the detectives and told on myself at the precinct, wrote statement and all that other stuff. That's when I told on myself, and that's when it went down. The whole traffic stop was legit because, like I say, my plate was expired and I ain't know it, and got to searching the car. And it was a wrap. Like I say, it wasn't all the way legit. Like I say, it was in a locked bag, but he still violated my rights by going in. And if I would have known better, I could have fought that and got off with that. You feel me? But everything happened for a reason, and that's another thing another thing when I just took the plea and wound up receiving, I say, man, everything happened for a reason. When you get in trouble, don't get to thinking, oh, if I'd have did this and if I'd have did that, this would have went that way. No, if you would have went, everything happened for a reason. Because if you would have went and did this and did that, you would be prolonging the necessary lesson that you need to learn behind all this that you're going through. So I get sent to the county, you know what I'm saying, and I had to do 21 days, man. This is the longest time I ever had to do just a few days in the county jail. So, yeah, this one kind of hit different. You know what I'm saying? This where it started getting real at. You feel me? I had to get a real experience of the county jail right here through this one right here. This third one. You know? So this is where I experienced firsthand how dirty and how filthy the county jail is, y'all. The Wayne County Jail is no longer up now. They went and transferred and made a whole new jail or whatever. But I can only imagine how it looked, how it smelled, what it got. Hey, I vowed to myself after that last time to never, ever see what that jail, inside of that jail look like, unless I'm volunteering to do some work to speak to the jailmates. That's it, man. I don't ever plan on getting booked in the new county to find out what it's looking like. And you know what's crazy, y'all? Like the last couple times that I went, for some odd reason, last 2-3 times, matter of fact. Yeah, the last 2-3 times I done went, they keep putting me in the same cell, like on the old side, cell 317 on the old side. I don't know why. They just like, it's a 10-man cell, and they always put me in that same cell every time for the past 3 times I done went, for real. I don't know why. When I be doing, the last 3 times I did a stretch, you know what I'm saying, longer than 2-3 days, I was in 317 for some reason. I don't know why. They got the old side and they got a new side. You feel me? The new side is what you go through from booking through quarantine all the way. You know what I'm saying? But after you do about a good 2 weeks 2 to 3 weeks in the county, yeah, you getting shipped to that old side. You feel me? They be trying to make it seem like it's a non-violent side and the violent side. No, they don't care. They don't care about that non-violent stuff. The new side is specifically for the trustees to stay in and for, like I say, quarantine and all that. But if you in there and you standing there and you on trial, you know what I'm saying, waiting to fight your case or waiting to go to prison or whatever, man, oh, they got you on that old side. You hear me? In the dungeon. I'm talking about, look like Shawshank Redemption. I'm not playing with you. 10-man cell, straight bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, just to even get over there, you got to take an underground tunnel, you know what I'm saying, up underground that's filled with dead and live cockroaches. People say they done seen mice and rats. I ain't never seen no rats, but I done seen them cockroaches, and they big like them Atlanta roaches. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you. Just imagine, y'all. Just imagine you gotta stay somewhere like that for 21 days, man. You feel me? Like, literally, bro. And knowing that they gotta prepare your food and transport your food up under this tunnel. You know what I'm saying? And then, oh my God, man, listen to me. Then you gotta sit in there 21 days with the same underwear that you came in with. Unless you got some money in your pocket, came in with some money. You gotta be careful with that because they'll take your money. You hear me? I'm not playing with you. And they charge you a booking fee to get booked in the jail. It's like $12 for this wristband, for you to wear this wristband with your ID on it. You know what I'm saying? With your picture on it. They book you to go to jail. Come on, bro. So, unless you got some money, you're going to be wearing the same drawers. You're going to have to wash them out and wear these pants free balling. You feel me? Like, seriously. And then they gonna change you out into a whole outfit that ain't no telling how many bodies done been in this outfit, man. Listen to me. In and out. People in and out of these jails and in and out of these clothes that you wear. Literally. And you got to put them on. You know, I say, just imagine being in there 21 days, bro. And they taking your socks and your shoes. Just on the strength of that, man, like after that, I started wearing 2 pair of boxers, bro, for real. Which is a messed up, institutionalized way to think, but it's the reality, you feel me? So if you ever, ladies, your man you ever run across a man and you wondering why he got on 2 pair of drawers, more than likely, man, he had an extended stay at the county jail. He just prepared, and it's just kind of like postpartum. I don't know, or you might just got you a player that just dealing with a lot of females and try to switch their drawers on. I don't know, but from my experience, yeah, it's the county jail stay. Them extended stays, it'll put you in that mind frame where you feel like you got to wear a couple pair of drawers. You get in there, man, they give you 1 sheet, 1 blanket, one a clear thing of toothpaste that's really not toothpaste. You feel me? It say Bob Barker on it, and that'll have your breath back funky within 5 minutes. This little clear thing, little thing of deodorant about like this big, bro, and it's like gel deodorant that'll have you back musty in 30 minutes. They give you a towel. They give you a little bar of soap, bro. That's probably good for 1 wash. They don't give you nothing to wash with. You gotta have to make your own wash rag out of that towel. You feel me? And keep reusing it. They give you a little mini toothbrush, and then they give you the last thing they give you is shower shoes. Now let me tell y'all, you got to wear them shower shoes. For one, I would advise you don't ever step in no type of public shower without any shower shoes or flip flops. But in there for sure in that jail, don't step in none of them showers. No shower in no jail ever whatsoever without nothing on your feet. I'm telling you, ain't no telling what type of bodily fluids these men got in here in these showers, man. What they be doing in these showers when they by themselves. Just, man, people nasty, man. Listen to me, people was nasty. I done seen it from my own 2 eyes, man. Guy had to wrap his toe up when I was in quarantine in Jackson, man, in prison, because I don't know, that stuff that got up in his toenail, some type of infection, bro, like, you know. So yeah, man, like, try to keep, you gotta keep them shower shoes, but at the end of the day, them flip flops is gonna be your everyday shoes in the county anyway, because they take your socks and shoes off. And like I said, unless you got some money to go on that go on that commissary and buy some of them shoes that's on there, and that's if you feel like you're gonna be staying long enough. And you gonna be in there where you need some shoes, because people in there getting down, getting busy, fighting, beating people up all day. So, hey, it might be best, if you did have some shoes in there. And it get cold for sure. They take your socks for sure. It get cold. Like I done seen icicles on the windows, like, and they argued us up and down that it was 80 degrees in there in the middle of the winter. I'm just giving you all this stuff, man, to just try to change somebody's mind, man, for real. You do not want to live the street life or whatever it is that you out there doing, thinking you slick. You're not slick, bro. Listen to me. And like I said, you do not. If you ain't never been to the county and don't want to go to jail, listen to me, bro. I'm trying to tell you what's going on up in there, man. Listen to me. That's not what you want at all. And look, I'm gonna tell you like this: and whatever cell you gonna get to and sleep at, you best want to ask them, whoever's in charge, for the cleaning spray. I'm telling you, listen to me. It's nasty. It's no type of. You can't. Ain't no telling what type of bodily fluids people leaving on these mats, bro. And you better know how to wrap your mat up with that one sheet that they gave you, to where your skin is not touching that mat at all. You feel me? Like, at all. Cause I done went in there and learned the hard way, bro. I had a boil on my face the size of a golf ball, bro, like right here, and it was horrible. Like, it grew so big. Once it got so big, like, I wound up busting it, trying to bust it, and it squirted out like 2-3 bunks away, man. And it was bad, and the police was just treating it so bad in there. We tried to get their attention from me busting it or whatever, and I guess due to them having a whole pee and feces fight before I got there. I wasn't there when this went down, so I guess before I got there, the cell 317, particularly the cell that I was in, for some reason they just had a whole feces and pee fight with the other cells, and so the COs is like having at it with the cell that I'm in. And so when it was time for me to try to seek medical attention, I remember the officer name to this day. It was Miss Favors. Her name was Miss Favors. You know what I'm saying? Because people was making a joke about her name because of how she got fired for doing Miss Favors. You hear me? I tried to get the lady attention, and she cussed me out. Went smooth ham on me. You thought we was in there goofing off, playing and being immature. But I'm trying to tell this lady, like, look, man, I got a whole extra face on my side of my head, baby. Like, I need medical attention, and she ain't trying to hear it. You don't want to get caught up and left up in there, man. These is regular people that don't want to work at the end of the day. They don't want you calling them. So it's like, you know, if you call them, they cuss you out for calling them. And it's like, you actually need help. Y'all here to do a job. Y'all supposed to check on us every hour, and they don't. It's just crazy. But like I say, it's not worth it. Whatever you're doing, not worth going to jail and sitting in the county jail or prison, because they don't care about you. So the whole time I'm needing medical attention, man, it's just wild. Like, the lady just played me. Like, I wound up getting medical attention, though. We made a big deal about it, but it's just, like I said, you don't want to go through that. You don't want to have asthma or anything, and they just leave you in there hanging, or you just in there getting beat to death. And the guys, like I said, the guys will make you shake the bars, and that's the wrong thing for you to do. You shake the bars, and it's nothing serious, like, you know, like life or death. They gonna cuss you out, man. Go crazy, or, you know. It's just not worth being in there. I ended up, after 21 days going through all of that, sitting in there, I ended up getting a personal bond with a tether. As I'm getting processed up out of the county jail to go get my tether, guess what I found in my pocket when they gave me my clothes back, y'all? Definitely gonna have to stay tuned for part 3 in order to hear the rest. I ain't even got to the point where I accepted the 2 years and went to prison yet, so I got plenty of story to tell you, so lock in and stay tuned, you hear me? Testimonies revealed.